Guys, so today we're going to do rational equations with one-step equations. So they're all one-step. Rational just means that they are decimals and they are fractions. Today we're going to focus only on the decimals, and tomorrow we'll focus on fractions. The steps are exactly the same. So the steps are not changing. The process doesn't change. You just now have to remember your fraction and your decimal rules. Understood? Okay, so let's go to number 1. And the same first step applies. You're drawing that line to determine what we need to do on problem number 1. I still want to isolate my variable. I still want to get my variable all by itself. I want A equals whatever the answer is. So how do I get A all by itself? What do I have to do, everyone? What, everyone? So I need to add 17.9 to 32.4. Everyone do that for me, please. Someone remind me. How do I add decimals? What do I have to do, everyone? Good. Make sure you've lined up your decimal. Then you can add. What do we get when we take 32.4 plus 17.9? Okay, now, what is always the very last thing that we should do? Check. Always check your math, especially with decimals and especially with fractions. I know it'll take more time, and I know that annoys people. But if you check it, you can almost guarantee yourself that you're not going to miss the problem. How do I check this problem? What do I do to make sure I got it right? Perfect. So every single problem, guys, you should be checking your math. And what is 50.3 minus 17.9? 32.4, 32 4/10. Is that what the answer is here? So we know we did it right, and we know our answer is A equals 50.3, 50 3/10. Same process. Does that make sense, guys? Okay, only tricky part is they're decimals, right? All right, number 3. Draw that line. I still want to get P equals P all by itself. What do I have to do to get P all by itself? Divide by what? Do I divide by a positive 4.5 or a negative 4.5? Good, negative. Make sure you take that negative with every single time we multiply or divide. So this case, we are dividing. Remind me, guys, what number goes into the house? What number goes inside? Top or bottom? So 60.3 goes inside because it's on top. I'm dividing by 4.5. Can I divide with a decimal on the outside? So what do I have to do? If I move my decimal on the outside, what do I have to do on the inside? So you are saying 603 divided by 45. Everyone finish solving that for me. What do we get, guys? What? You should have told me 13.4. Now, how do I check that? Okay, everyone do 13.4 times 4.5. Did we get our answer, guys?
Yeah.
What was, so we got 60.3 when we multiplied, right? So we know we did it right. Always double check your answer. Is it a positive or a negative? The negative 60.3 divided by a negative 4.5. What is it? It is a positive. So your answer is a positive 13.4. Okay, let's go to number 5. Draw your line. What am I doing on this problem, you guys? Multiplying by what? Okay, everyone multiply by 0.3 for me, please. What'd you get, guys? What's 16 times 0.3? You should have told me 4.8. What should you do to double check that you got it right? What am I dividing? Okay, everyone do 4.8 divided by 0.3. What'd you get? So did we do it right? So y equals 4.8. Okay, number 7. I want W all by itself. What do I need to do? Go ahead, everyone. Subtract 2.67 or 2 and 67 hundredths. What did we get, guys? What? 5 point what? 5.17 is what you should have told me. Positive or negative? Positive. What should we do to double check our answer? Okay, we're going to do 2.67 plus 5.17. Always, always double check your work. I cannot stress that enough, especially with decimals, especially with fractions. If you can check it and guarantee yourself the correct answer, do it. Especially when it comes to those quizzes and tests. Right, guys? What'd you get when you added? So, did we do it right? All right, number 9. I want to get P all by itself. What do I need to do to get P all by itself? What do I have to remember on this problem? Your integer rules. Remember your integer rules. What do we get, guys? Okay, 3.52. Positive or negative? Negative. How do we double check our answer? So it's a negative 3.52 minus 4.49, which means we do what operation? They're both negatives. That means to add them. What do we get when we add them together? Did we do it right? All right, number 11. I want R all by itself. How do we get R all by itself? What did we get, guys? What did you get when you multiplied? 18 point what? You should have told me 18.9. Is that 18.9 a positive or a negative? It is a negative 18.9. How do we check our work? So 18.9 divided by 25.2. So check your math. Did you guys get 0.75? Coming up with that? Because you should hopefully get 0.75, which tells you we did it correctly. Questions? Same process, just a little bit more work because they're decimals, right guys? Some problems are easier than others too. Okay, so here is